So let us understand the business models in digital commerce. D2C, B2C, B2B. What's the difference and why does it matter? So let's start with D2C, which is direct to consumers. One of the most talked about and disruptive shifts in the digital economy over the past few years is the rise of D2C or direct to consumer business model. And this isn't just a Silicon Valley thing, it's huge in India and becoming very more relevant every single year. So, what exactly is D2C? So, at its core, D2C means a brand sells its product directly to the end consumer without going through intermediaries like wholesalers, large retailers, or physical storefronts. No multi layered supply chain, no showroom negotiations, no dealership networks, just brand to buyer, often through a dedicated website or a mobile app. So this model flips the traditional system on its head. So let's take a traditional model first. A company manufactures a product, then sends to a distributor, then a retailer, and finally the consumer buys it at a store or a platform like Amazon. But in D2C, the brand says, let me talk to my customers directly. Let me sell to them through my own website. Let me build a direct relationship with them, not rely on third parties. That might sound simple at first, but the implications are massive. Now, let's take a real Indian case success story, Boat. So, Boat started as a disruptor in the Indian audio and wearables market, selling earphones, speakers, and now even smartwatches. If you go to Amazon or Flipkart, you will definitely find both products. But what most people didn't notice is both heavily invest in its own website. They run direct ads on Instagram, they promote flash sales, they build loyalty programs all on their platform. Not Amazon, just not just only on Amazon, but why is it so? Because when a customer buys from Amazon, Amazon owns the customer experience. But when a customer buys from Boat's own website, Boat owns the branding, the data, the margins, and most importantly, the relationship. They get to craft the entire journey from how the homepage looks to how fast they ship to whether you get an upsell at checkout or a personalized discount code. That kind of control is impossible on marketplaces. And this is one of the biggest advantages of D2C. Why D2C is so powerful strategically? If so, let's go deeper. Why are so many brands going D2C, especially startups? So, there are three core strategic reasons here why many young startups go for D2C approach, which is more profit margin. By cutting out intermediaries, brands avoid paying distribution fees, retail commissions, and other hidden costs. Instead of giving a 30-40% to a platform that they keep that money or reinvest it into marketing, customer service, or product development, full control over brand experience on Amazon. Your product page looks like everyone else's. On your own website, you control the fonts, colors, language, product, photos, storytelling tone, everything that defines your brand identity. So it is a direct customer relationship plus first party data. This one is actually big. So when someone buys from you directly, you get their name, number, and behavior. That means you can retarget them with ads, email them exclusive offers, ask for feedback, or build a loyalty program. So think about this. A customer who buys from you once and forgets you is a lost opportunity. But a customer who buys from you, then gets an email next week, sees your Instagram reel, and buys again, that's a lifetime value. And D2C unlocks that. So now, why India is ripe for D2C growth? India is going through a D2C boom these days. But why is it so? Because the internet penetration is massive. Especially through mobile, young consumers are becoming more brand conscious. Social media makes it easier than ever to reach a target audience, and platforms like Shopify, Instamojo, Magento, ShipRocket, and Razorpay have made it incredibly easy for anyone to launch a D2C brand in under a week. In fact, according to some industry estimates, India is expected to have over 2,000 D2C brands in the next few years. From fashion and skincare to fitness, home decor, and even food, everything's going D2C. And we are seeing this shift in tier 2 and tier 3 cities too, not just metro cities. D2C is not just about technology, it's about mindset. Many people think going D2C means setting up a website and putting a product online. That's just not it. Going D2C means saying, I'm not just selling a product, I'm building a brand, a voice, a community, a direct relationship with every customer who trusts me enough to buy something. So it's a mindset shift from vendor to brand owner, from transaction to connection. So there are a few challenges of D2C as well that you must know. Now it's not all just rosy. D2C gives you control, but it also gives you responsibility. You have to manage your own logistics and shipping, your own customer service, your own returns, your refunds, and feedback loops. Your own marketing and traffic, unlike Amazon, you don't get free visibility. So, yes, higher profit margins and brand control sounds amazing for sure. But yes, they come with a lot of rigorous work. Let's look at D2C differently, not just as a business model, but as a journey. Imagine you're launching your own brand. So let's say you're making eco-friendly skincare products. You've got the formulation, the packaging is ready, the name is finalized. Now you have two roads ahead. One, list your products on marketplaces like Amazon or Flipkart and compete with 500 other brands which might be similar like yours. Two, build your own store, go direct to consumer, and control the entire journey from storytelling to shipping. If you pick D2C, here is what the journey can really look like. Step one can be crafting the identity. So, this is where most people go wrong. Selling directly to a customer means you're not just showing a product, you're showing a belief system. What do you stand for? Why should someone care? Think about brands like Minimalist or Bare Anatomy. They don't just say buy our serum, they say we stand for clean science, transparency, and skincare tailored to you. That's actually a step one. In D2C, your story is your storefront. Second step would be setting up the experience. Now you build the store, your website becomes your virtual showroom, but it's not about adding products and clicking publish. You need to ask, what should customers feel when they land here? What should they click on first? How do you earn their trust? So, for example, another example of a Shark Tank member, which is Sugar Cosmetics, doesn't just throw products on a grid. They may use makeup quizzes, tutorials, testimonials, and influencer videos. It's interactive, it's educational, it's not a sales page, it's a whole ecosystem. That's how D2C brands differentiate. They don't sell products, they sell experiences. Third step can be your first 100 customers. Getting your first 100 D2C customers is a different game than marketplace sales. You're not piggybacking on someone else's audience, you're building your own audience. This is where D2C becomes more than a shop, it becomes a community strategy. You go live on Instagram, share behind the scenes content, send samples to micro influencers, respond to every DM, and make the first buyers feel like a VIP. Think about Sleepy Owl in the early days. They replied to every comment, added handwritten notes, built loyalty, and turned coffee buyers to brand fans. That's the D2C edge. You own the audience, and if you nurture them right and they become your marketers, your word of mouth is already sorted. Feedback loops and first. So once people start buying from you, you start learning which product page gets the most time spent, which ad converts the best, what questions are customers asking in emails. D2C is where data becomes dialogue. You tweak packaging based on feedback, launch variants people which people request, and adjust pricing in real time. You're not guessing, you're learning directly from the people who are buying from you. That's why D2C is so powerful for innovation. You're close enough to your customer to evolve with them fast. Here, I think another step in this journey is retention. So, retention becomes the strategy. This is where the most first time founders stop or fail. They get 1000 sales and chase the next 10,000. But D2C is built on repeat behavior. So here you need to ask yourself, how do I keep a customer after the first order? You build email automation with value loyalty programs, reorder flows, educational content, early access sales. Look at the whole Truth Foods. They don't just sell protein bars, they send newsletters that talk about clean eating, gut health, and myths in fitness. They educate and retain. That's how modern D2C brands build relationships, not just revenue. So, what makes D2C different is you own your traffic, you design your own experience, you collect the data, you build a brand, not a listing, and you grow through your customer connection, not just convenience. That's the real magic of D2C. And if you treat it like a living, evolving system, not just a shop, it gives back in the long run.